Hi, today I'm talking about something very unusual, something that I don't speak about much on social media because I feel like people may just be rubbed the wrong way and they may not like what I'm saying. But here I'm gathering a lot of courage in actually talking about this because I think it's an interesting thing to talk about, right? And I would love to hear what all of you have to say about this. So there are different dimensions, right? We know about the third dimensional world that we are existing in today. Then there's also a lot of social media conversation. You know, it's a very pop culture perspective on what the fifth dimension can be. And people believe that their higher self is in the fifth dimension. They're getting downloads from there and they know how to, really connect from their 3D bodies to their 5D bodies. And, a lot of that debate. But today's video is not about any of that. It's just that I know that the fifth dimensional world is very popular as a term when people are talking about spirituality. And obviously we're all in a three-dimensional world and we're limited by the laws of the three-dimensional world, and that is anything that has length, breadth and height, and that gives us a 3D form. But what about the middle? What is there between the third dimension and the fifth dimension? I'm talking about the fourth dimension today. And what really is the fourth dimension? Fourth dimension is the time. Time, which is also astrology, because astrology is the study of time. It is Kal, it is what is happening now and then and beyond and all of that together, right? When a child is born, in that very moment you can figure out what the child is going to be, what they're going to face, what they're going to have, the environment that they're going to grow up in, their entire life from here on, right? To a point that their death date can also be predicted. These sort of things actually exist, and all of this information is not kept from you. It's actually very freely given to you. In the Vedas, for centuries, the Indian astrology system has given this information out to anyone who's willing to learn, who's willing to have it, who's willing to understand it, right? But I also believe that as astrologers, we have our own horoscope, and our own horoscopes limit us from knowing everything about everybody. And in the same way, not everybody is designed to learn and study astrology. A few selected people, depending on what their horoscope entails, they end up studying astrology. But still, a lot of that common sense is given out to you very easily. But what's happened over the years is because this is difficult information to understand. It's very mathematically based. So a lot of people can find it too complex to really figure out on a daily basis. But I think the most important thing, it's a very crucial thing I would say, is that when you're hearing someone talk about their fifth dimensional body and those spiritual ideas, and they're saying that my 3D self has jumped all the way to the fifth dimensional self, the idea is to really try and understand and assess from your own perspective, does this person have complete knowledge of the fourth dimension? Because you don't just wake up one day and say, oh, I've transported myself to the fifth dimension, or because I'm healing and I'm there, or I'm more spiritual. It's a very technical understanding of what our different dimensions really entail. The fourth dimension is extremely important because it's holding the key to everything, because it's the past, present and future, and what lies beyond. What lies beyond that past and what lies beyond that future. It's a lot of information, and for someone to function in their own sphere of spirituality, for them to function without this core information can be very tricky. Somebody needs to understand that oneness comes when you understand the complexities of it. That oneness comes when you also understand the time and space connection. Otherwise, in your head, theoretically, we've kind of understood what connection is and how we are all connected, how we are all spiritualized. But beyond a theoretical, beyond the cerebral understanding of all of these things, what lies beyond this is an experiential understanding of it. And that experiential understanding of it cannot have the time missing in it. You can have the space, and let's say from this one space you're wanting to jump into the next space of the 5D, from 3D to 5D, but you cannot skip this time factor. And that time can be, a lot of people can say, oh, but time changes and it's different in different galaxies and different planets and all of that. Yes, but that's the whole idea of it. The understanding of time will enrich you in understanding your own spirituality. This is how you understand how you are so cosmically connected. Otherwise, if this fourth dimensional information is missing, then it's just you jumping from one dimension to the other, thinking that you've jumped it, but you don't have the information as a base to hold you strongly on it.